What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Corey here on the Midas channel. I'm back with some not so good news. Sorry for the long wait about the update about the turbo install, but I ran into a lot of problems trying to get the turbo in. First, one of those three bolts right there, this one over here, stripped. It started to strip the first few threads when I was going to tighten it. I guess it was a little offset, so I had to take that back out, and I had re-threaded it, and I ended up using one of the factory bolts, a little bit longer, with the with one of the original thick washers, and that worked. So got all that bolted up and everything, manifolds on, everything, and so I wanted to get oil flowing through the turbo. So I took all the coil packs, harnesses off, so the car would turn over and not start, just so the oil pump would pump, oil through the turbo, so everything would be charged. So did that, and when I turned it over, it went, then it stopped. So I did it a few more times, and started just clicking. So I'm like, oh, the car's been sitting for a long time. I was in Colorado, car was just sitting, and before that, the car had just been sitting for a long time. So I figured it was the battery. So I put the charger on the battery, and I went to go start it again, and it finally started turning, but it was kind of weird sounding. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So it finally turned over, but it just sounded weird. And I'm like, maybe because I got the coil packs on the hood, but it just sounded weird the way it was turning over. So I checked everything again. I looked, and I go to hook, some of the other stuff back up, and I did it again, and it stopped again and just wouldn't turn over. So I did the whole thing again, and put the battery back on the charger. I thought maybe the battery was charged. So I did it again, it just wouldn't go. So I said, man, I must have dropped a bolt or something somewhere. I thought I might have dropped a bolt inside the transmission, but that's way over here, and I didn't have bolts anywhere over there. So put the car in gear, turned it by hand. I saw the clutch move. I put a flathead in, and I saw it move. Oh, that's moving freely. So anyway, I said the only other place it could be is the timing. So I take this off and check the timing, and apparently a bolt dropped, and a nut dropped all the way down there to the bottom timing gear, and wedged itself up against the timing gear and timing belt. So what happened was that ended up shearing the timing belt, and I didn't know. So I was initially looking at, timing belt was still there, but it felt loose. So I finally pulled on it, and it came all the way up. So I was like, oh, timing's off. I probably bent valves. So only one way for me to check, put everything back together. I had another racing timing belt that I put in there that you can see. So I had one of those. I put that in, put everything back together, get it started, and it just sounded, it was misfiring. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you hear how it sounds right now. Let's start it up. See, starts right up, but you hear it misfiring. Hear it. So I thought I might have gotten lucky because I didn't start the car, and I was just turning the car over. So I thought, oh, there's a chance I might have got lucky and didn't bend valves, but it's looking like that's not the case. So you can kind of hear it misfiring a little bit. Listen by there, you can hear it misfiring a little bit. It revs and everything, turbo is fine and all that. It's just getting the misfire. So turbo's good and all that, but you know, like I said, just my luck, that nut just happened to wedge it. I don't even know how it did, because I didn't have the cover off, the timing cover off, but I noticed one time when I was working on it, the latch on this side was open. So I saw the cover sitting like that. So I just put it back, you know. I just put the latch back on it, didn't think much of it. And I can't remember when that happened or how long it was like that, but I know it was when I was putting everything back together is when I noticed it. So that's it for now. The only thing is I got it's giving me a misfire code for cylinder number 2. So I mean, it's possible that I could have a vacuum leak somewhere, but I'm thinking that I bent valve. So only thing is I got called back to work in Colorado sooner. They moved the date up because they were having some issues out there. So I got called back out there early. They moved the date up sooner. Matter of fact, I'm leaving tomorrow morning, flying back out there to Colorado. So I won't be able to go over the motor anymore until I get back. But what I'm thinking it is that I bent valves. So while I'm out there, I'm gonna be planning and looking that I'm gonna have to do some replace the head basically when I get back, and then you know, have everything going. And I could do that without taking the turbo out. Obviously I'll just have to take the head out, and I'll take the head out together with the manifold. Is the easiest thing to do, quickest way to get it off. And but that's gonna be it for now, y'all. I mean, you know how it is, man playing, God laughs. Not the update I wanted to give right now, because I wanted to have this done. I was actually planning to have this done like the first week I got back, but I had to work on a project for a week when I got back, and then the next week I was off. But the problems that were coming up took me a lot longer to fix everything, so I had to work on this clear up until the time I have to go back to Colorado, because I was actually planning on working on this for about a week, and then doing the logs. So I have to do logs for the tune, and then have that done. And then I was going to do some work on this car, but I didn't get to do any of that, so I'm gonna have to do all that when I get back. But anyway, it's a fail for this one, y'all, but y'all know how we do. Winners get back up, and we'll get back to it and get this going. So leave a like, comment, subscribe. Y'all let me know y'all suggestions or anything y'all could think of I should check, and then I'll go from there. I'm gonna double check the timing again, but it looks like it was on, so I'll double check it again when I get back. Anyway, like I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys when I get back from Colorado.